What is going on, Panther Lair? I'm coming to you guys this week with a couple of voice overlays. The reason being because Pitt only played one game this past week. They didn't play this past weekend. They just played the Louisville Cardinals on Tuesday. So it seems a little silly to do power rankings over just one game. So instead, I'm going to dive into some recent sets, some recent actions that Pitt has been doing, talk about why they worked, why they may not have worked. Has Pitt done this in the past? All kinds of good stuff. Hope you guys enjoy it, and we are going to jump right in here, taking a look at a clip from Pitt playing Louisville last year. But what's going to be common here is this action, and we're going to talk about it. This is going to be a double ball screen here at the top, and Pitt is going to flow into this by Ezzy setting a screen on Burton's man, and then what's going to happen is Hughley's going to come out here above the circle, and he's going to kind of like feint this off-ball screen, but he's immediately going to change the angle of it and pin Ezzy's man in. So we're going to kind of play this out. You're going to see he's going to flip this angle right here. And so now Burton's man is trying to fight over what's going to be two ball screens. Again, Ezzy's defender is getting pinned in here by Hughley. He's just going to drag this guy into the post. Really smart move. And Hughley's defender is going to have to do something here about Burton. He's either going to have to drop a little bit more, or he's going to have to show. He just cannot let him turn the corner and immediately get downhill. As this plays out, see the ball goes in the post. You have to double Hughley immediately on the catch. Ed Mogi does a really good job here with his off-ball cut and is rewarded with a dunk. Now, let's take a look at some clips from this past Tuesday. Same type of thing. This ball pressure that Louisville likes to apply, that's one of the reasons Pitt probably went back to that this year. We'll talk a little bit more about when they do that in other instances. Now, this set looks a little bit funny, and this action looks a little bit funny because Louisville blows a bunch of defensive assignments here. You can see they're confused, not really sure who they should have. So this kind of plays out as if Pitt's doing this in practice with no one around. Again, when you only win 3 games on the season, these things probably tend to happen. So you see here's the double ball screen. It's going to put Cummings' defender in a big-time trailing position. It's going to force a bunch of decisions from these defenders who are all confused again because of assignments. Now, but as this comes across here, he's going to show. This defender's going to show to not allow Cummings to turn the corner. That's going to release Federico down the middle of the floor. He's going to get picked up by his own man, and the guy that's going to be left wide open here is Hinson. And he's going to make a really unselfish pass into Elliott, who splashes the 3. Now, this next clip is maybe a possession or two later. Pitt's going to flow right back into the same thing. This time, Louisville a little bit more prepared. But you're going to see all the switching and confusion that happens here. So again, Cummings' defender, big-time trailing position. Federico's defender this time is going to be more like up to touch with the screen. He's going to show to not allow Cummings to turn the corner. And the decision is really going to come down to this defender here. He's going to drop with Federico. But now he remembers, hey, Hinson got the pass here last time. I better jump this pass. But what that's going to do is force Elliott's man here to tag Federico, as he is the low man on the weak side. And at this point in the season, Federico can finish over smaller defenders. Now, this last clip here from this past Tuesday is going to be the inverse of this. So instead of occurring like going this way, the action's going to go this way. But same setup. Again, I like how Hinson kind of drags Cummings' defender with him here by just continuing his path. That's going to force a lot of switching, a lot of different decisions here by the defense. Federico's man tries to pick up Cummings. And this defender does actually a really good job of kind of preventing the dribble penetration and not allowing a pass into Federico by kind of where he establishes his pseudo drop point here. So what ends up happening is there's going to be a pass into Elliott. And what I really like about what's going to play out here is that Hinson is going to attack this empty corner. And by doing that, that's going to force Elliott's man to help here a little bit longer. And Elliott's going to kind of continue on this path. His relocation skills are really good. It's something that probably doesn't get talked about enough, along with his movement shooting. And he is going to splash a wide open 3. So when does Pitt do this other times? Well, again, if teams are applying a lot of kind of 3/4 court ball pressure, it's going to allow Pitt to kind of flow into these really high ball screens here, these double ball screens, because it's going to force the defense to help a lot longer. It's going to maybe force some switches here. It kind of usually knocks out a help defender in the process as well, just kind of like how zoom works. So here we go again. Now we're going to see the defender is going to be trailing. Same type of setup here. There's going to be a hard hedge here to prevent Cummings from turning the corner, but it's really going to force Hinson's defender here to defend 2-at-1 for a period of time. So he gets caught in the middle. Now, initially, this is a tag here, but I think the threat of this maybe being, or at least the eyes of coming to Hinson, really forced this defender to jump back to Hinson. And with the quality shooting that Pitt has, you really just can't hold forever here. You get caught up making a lot of indecisions or no decisions. So the threat of Nike maybe shooting a three, this defender releases, coming times as well, and Federico is rewarded with a nice easy layup here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I'm going to have a couple more in this particular article. This is something I think Pitt will come back to if you see teams applying kind of that pressure 3/4 court on the point guard or whoever's bringing the ball up. I think it works well. You can see this is something that Pitt realized, hey, we did this well last year. Let's go back to a little bit this year. And it's one of the things I think they've done a good job of is mixing in different things, but things that also they know work.